Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, the Ninja King, and yeah, I'm coming back to what I've said to taking that 1 week slash one extra day vacation. Things have been happening to my life, but yeah, let's get on with the what if, and yeah, let's not waste any more time and get on with the what if. So I think I have something to say. Other than trying to figure out what the fuck should I write for this week, I wrote a half-assed script for another entirely different what if series that I then decided to cancel because I have zero idea what the fuck I was doing with that one. Then, after you've seen my community post, you know that I'm now doing a new project. And yeah, that I hope goes enough. But I guess that's enough stalling because I think I already set the video start. So let's get on with the what if and let's not waste any more time, I guess. As Midoriya was thinking, wait, what the fuck are you guys doing here? Well, we came here because you needed a better what if to do. I don't need you guys. Come on, let's do it. You know, Ibuki's right. Set up. Fuck all of you. You know what? Screw it. Yeah. It's fine. I'll do your part then. Good. Good for us. Let's go. Fuyuki. I hate these guys. Yeah. This is not gonna be focusing on Izuku or Izuru this part. This is gonna be focusing on another character. Someone I wish I introduced as a secondary protagonist earlier in the series, but past me was stupid. So yeah, let's get on with the what if. What if Izuku was Izuru Kamukura, or should this be called Izuru Kamukura but it's now Hazume's part? Let's get on with it. Hazume was already done with his training with Gran Torino, as Gran Torino was bouncing around trying to beat the living shit out of him. In the end, it was finishing. His 3 months staying with Gran Torino kind of helped him master One for All a lot more better, so he decided to go with it. And after that, he returned back to his school, Hope Speak. Hazume would be wearing the normal Hope Speak boy's uniform, but thanks to his quirk, he got promoted actually. When the teacher learned that he was no longer quirkless and he was a late bloomer, and he worked pretty much his butt off to master his quirk, they moved him to Class E, which, well, let's just say he did not like. Hazume's Hope Speak Academy was more like divided into Class A, B, C, D, and E. E being the lowest rank or the lowest class. Well, the numbers didn't mean it. You just become a hero, the most talented. But Class E was considered, well, the worst of the worst, basically. Out of the best, it was considered, technically, if you think about it, it's considered the best of the worst, but it was still the worst. And Hazume didn't like it. Hazume wanted to be in Class A, thanks to the amount of the talented students being there, like Peko Pekoyama, Ibuki, and many other people that were just dead because they were higher. But Hazume didn't care. He did his hero training afterwards and learned about it. After that, he got into the Hope Speak and learned about the internship program. He even wanted to go to the sports festival, but that was denied because, as they put it, it was better for the Class A students to get in. After that, he saw the sports festival in the news. He laughed his ass off how Natsume's brother kind of lost the battle, which he kind of forgot the name of. I don't remember why. But yeah, after that, he decided to go to Gran Torino's again because All Might wasn't a good enough teacher to teach him. So Gran Torino went again to teach him. But another boy named Izuru, and they became good friends actually. And even got a phone call from him where the date was beginning. Now it was the more of the present day situation. Hazume was laying in his bed as he was just checking his phone, checking how many people had texted it. It was his entire class wondering how his internship went, and a bunch of his other friends that were not from his class. The ones that he was more interested were 2 people he knew. Chiaki, she had a games quirk or hack quirk. She was more in the department of individuals, but they didn't care much. She was still put in the hero course for whatever reason actually. Meanwhile, Natsume was more of his friends that got him into the situation. Thanks to the whole incident with the, well, I can say Midoriya's equivalent of the sludge villain, but Hazume's equivalent of the sludge villain is the tentacles or octopus villains. Octopi villain, anyways. Yeah, octopi villain. God, I hate that name and why I made that villain up. Hazume got successfully into it and managed to get quirk. After all, since he was quirkless, it was the perfect situation for him. Hazume was just laying in his bed before Natsume got a text. Meet me now. Hazume wouldn't get up, wondering why she texted him like that. But he was just ringing the door and started to go. Bye mom, bye dad, I'm gonna go outside for a bit. Oh, why is it, honey? Hazume's mom would say, just some business. Alright, bye. Hazume's mom wasn't the caring or overprotective type, or nor was she like the Midoriya type. The moment she learned about Hazume's quirklessness, unlike Midoriya's mom, who said sorry and tried to apologize, Jesus comforted her son, saying that it was okay for him to be quirkless, or how it was nice, or how it was not so bad after all. After all, not many people were meant to be quirkless, but some just became one. Izuru, should I say, was a lot more different in this universe than the original My Hero Academia universe thanks to, well, multiple reasons, and thus the universe saw a fitting vessel for the one for all quirk for the upcoming fight. But yeah, that's how things should go in this universe. Hazme was walking to where the normal meet of him and Natsumi was. This was also the first day he learned of the secret and of All Might's secret of the family as well. The day he remembered right now, Hazme immediately leaped into action as he saw Natsumi was in trouble. He immediately rushed away and put his back in the villain's eye. The villain would scream trying to attack him. Unlike Izuku Midoriya, which was not talented in fighting or even in combat in any situation, Hazme was a lot more different. He decided to focus on sports and other things that can help him out. So, also kind of different from the original Hazme, who just saw talent as everything. Talent was not a mandatory thing in this universe, just to let you know that. He started to remove it and try to free her. In the end, All Might came and saved them. Oh, this was also what was originally meant to happen in the My Hero Academia universe. So it wasn't the first day Midoriya was meant to get into, but it happened in the first day of UA instead, which then led to All Might and offering him something. After that, he just left, meeting with All Might, but All Might didn't talk to young Natsumi. Natsumi, who was that? Just one of my classmates. You know about my secret, right? Yeah, the Yakuza family. The Fuyuki family knows a lot about you. Good. I need you to contact that boy. Sure, he's one of my classmates and my only friend, so it's not that hard. After that, Hazme went to his home, kind of depressed because he kind of got lectured by All Might, before he didn't get a call. And after getting the call, it was from Natsumi, so he went to meet her, and there he met All Might. After meeting with All Might told him about everything about one and All for One as well, deciding not to keep the secret, because All for One was already long dead. He still needed to pass down One for All after all. So, Hazme decided to then go to the Fuyuki residence, where he then trained in the 3 months with Gran Torino, thanks to them realizing that All Might cannot be a good teacher at all. So, the Fuyuki residence trained Hazme up to the point where he can handle the quirk. They used steroids and drugs, which All Might was frowned upon, but they said that it was the better situation than training him up. 10 months of training was done in 3 months for him, which was good as well because it made sure that he was properly trained for the quirk. All Might still had to admit that this was still better than nothing, I guess. All Might didn't decide this. So he met up and was waiting for Natsumi to show up, as a black car wouldn't show up instead. Natsumi would then open the door before saying, "Get in." Okay. He would then get in as Natsumi closes the door. Hazme would look that it was a limousine and it was pretty big, wondering why Natsumi had asked him to get in. Okay, so I have some dealings to do. Oh, really? What may they be? It's kind of important, so I kind of need your help here. Okay, but what does that have to do with me? Well, it's Yakuza business and I kind of need your help. Really? My help of all people?
Yes, your help. Of course I need your help, idiot.
Whatever I get. Hazme felt like this was definitely going to be more of a headache situation, seeing who Natsumi was, as the car would arrive in a modernly sized Yakuza house. He seems to be like a smell, a potent energy would coming out of it, as Hazme would then ask, "Are you sure this is the right place, Natsumi?"
Yes, I am sure of it, and I know this is the right place. So let's go and meet the head of this Yakuza building.
Hazme would stop and see the area, wondering where the situation would have led him. His eyes think to himself that this is a more of a troublesome situation. As he starts to walk, you'll see that multiple people are wearing bird masks, almost that of familiarity and similarity, with the representing to what he heard in the history book of the plague mask. Wondering what this area is, he would ask Natsumi, "So, what are the name, Natsumi? I know they have a name just like you and your family."
The name is, they call themselves the Sei Hasaikai. Unlike my family, which works with more pros and are kept into the family matters, them, on the other hand, well, they're more troublesome to deal with. The fact that they called me here just gives me goosebumps. I don't know what they want, but apparently they said that they want specifically me to discuss the new product.
I'm gonna guess that they're not really that good, are they? Seeing that they give you goosebumps, may I ask, why not bring some like Pecco? Why me, specifically?
Well, you have all my quirk, and if any push comes to shove, you're the one that can protect me the most. See, your pecker is good, but even my brother needs security as well. That's why I cannot call you here. So I called you instead. Got it?
Wow, what a flawless logic, Hazime would then say with sarcasm dripping from his voice.
Ah, thank you, Hazime.
That was meant to be sarcasm, not a compliment. You know what? Let's keep on just going. As they would finally be led to the boss's room, where Hazime sees the man. The man was wearing a black crow's mask, almost like in his beak, more like. He had short and brownish hair, wearing white gloves, almost like that of a doctor. He seemed to be wearing black like suit as he looked at both Hazime and Natsumi. Please, come take a seat, alright? Hazime immediately got goosebumps from what he just said, and wondering why Natsumi had brought him here. He instinctively activated his quirk, with the man having a glare now. So, I hope that no one else came but him, Miss Natsumi?
That's correct, but why is that? Why specifically asked for me in the family instead of my brother or even my father? The Odama would have been more expected of you, right? So why didn't you call him instead?
Yes, but the next line of products I want to deal with you is more of an efficient thing, alright? Then, I hope you can understand. As Overhaul would snap his finger, one of his people would then immediately go. A few minutes later, he would bring in a bag. Overhaul would open a capsule from that bag. Hazime would realize that the bag was pretty big and secured, but what he was expecting was some sort of big item, not this capsule. Overhaul would then start explaining what the product is. Natsumi and Hazime were both listening in awe and horror, basically, as Overhaul would then finally finish his explanation. So what do you think? As a quirkless girl like you would like this, wouldn't you? Avoiding tormented on other people's faces as they lose their quirks, becoming one like you. After all, what do you think? We can even make a fine profit out of this. I believe that with this, the Yakuza can rise up again. After all, with the death of All For One have been rising all over the world. What do you say, Miss Natsumi? Do you agree with me?
Natsumi? I will think about it. Hazime, let's get out of here.
As she says that, Hazime would then get up. Both of them would then leave before going to the car. The car would start to drive as Hazime would then say, "You're gonna tell your grandfather and I'm gonna tell all my aunt we. Yeah, right? You're right? I'm telling the truth, right? Natsumi, answer me."
Sorry about that. It's just like, I have no words for this. That guy literally built something that can erase quirks. Sure, I found it unfair that I don't have any quirk, but I wouldn't take it out on random ass people. But him instead, he's just like, I cannot understand what his motive is. He's just a monster. I can already sense that, but we need to tell grandfather and All Might about this.
Yeah, I think we should definitely do that, as they would arrive at the Oyabama's place. Oh, I see what you're trying to say, Hazime, and I understand. I'll be calling All Might right about now. As the Obama would then call All Might, as All Might would then arrive, having a smile in his face, but he would be more in his strength form. What is it that you would like to discuss? After explaining everything, All Might would be mad, and so would everybody else, deciding that there's a better option to make a search warrant first. So, All Might calls his detective friend Shikaishi and gives him the sample to detect. After all, they need to do the case. All Might then calls Miss O. All Might then decides to call Night Eye, who was already investigating Overhaul. After that, DNA tests would at least take a week. So, Hazime and Natsumi just went to the classes with this terrifying information, knowing that this man can basically erase the quirks. Hazime went to a few more trainings in Gran Torino, and his mind was just dead, wondering what will happen. Until one day he was just walking from school, going to his house, before a girl then bumped into him. Are you okay, little one? Hazime wouldn't look at this scared little girl before he picks her up. Hey, are you okay? Before someone would then walk up, Hazime can feel that bloodlust from it, as he would then see the old ass looking man, or should I say, the one that made the bullets. It will be none other than Overhaul, as he walks up to Hazime. Mr. Hazime, can you please return the child to me? Hazime would be gripping her closely, as he takes a strand of her hair for future information. Who is she? He is my daughter. Hazime wouldn't look at her being scared. Then why is he scared? Oh, That's for my information. Now return it to me. Hazime would then say, can we talk about this for a bit? As he puts the girl down, as Overhaul starts going into the alley. Alright? Why don't we talk in a more of a private place? Hazime would hold her arm before immediately lifting her. One for all, 30%, as he would immediately bolt, knowing that this man was not safe to talk with. After all, what information he got about his quirk. Flashback. So wait, you're telling me what is this quirk? Almighty would then say. So from what the detective and what Knight have told me, his quirk is called Overhaul, just like his name. It allows him to split things in a cellular molecule. It allows him to disassemble and basically, in simpler terms, it allows him to disassemble and reassemble items and things as well. That's scary as fuck, Hazime would then say. Yes, so direct confrontation with him is not advised. Understand. Hazime would immediately run away, with Overhaul not deciding to chase him. Killing Hazime means killing a member of another gang. And doing that, it means it's a gang war, or in Japan's case, it would be called a Yakuza war. As he walks away. I hate all of this. Wait, Overhaul would finally realize. Damn it! Rat. As Hazime would immediately bolt, realizing that if he goes back to his house, Overhaul can follow him there. So he decides to go to the next best thing. He would immediately blind speed into it, as he would immediately arrive at the Fuyoko residence. Immediately, his hand would be banging the door, almost breaking to it due to his one for all still being charged in there. As one of the maids went, Mr. Hazime, what are you doing here? No time to explain, let me in now. As the maid would immediately let Hazime in, he would meet with the Obama and explain him the situation. Give him the hair strand. You said you found human DNA, right? Yeah? Take this and see if it matches or not. Alright then. They would then immediately take it to the fancy labs and give Hazime the terrifying information. That bastard. He experimented on her? His own daughter. We don't think that was even his own daughter. Or maybe could be adopted, but still, it was a situation none of us expected. We need to set this man down as soon as possible. I'd like to get someone's help, but currently he's busy, so cannot. As he would then immediately leave, deciding to go about his days. As Hazime would then spend the next few days outside, not training or not just doing anything, but just relaxing a bit. In a way, Hazime doesn't know what he will do in this life, because he doesn't know what he can do in this situation. He's just mad that he's in this crazy situation. Not at himself, but wondering what would happen if he didn't get one for all. Would Midoriya handle this? What was the random chances of him meeting this girl anyways? Yeah, if he knew that the universe was making him and both of them the protagonist, I'm pretty sure he would be in a more peaceful mind. But yeah, let's get back to the what if. Hazime would still be angry a little bit, but he just to calm himself down. And then 2 more days would then pass, as finally the day would then come. Also, if you're wondering, yes, I'm still gonna be doing the whole exam, teachers versus US teachers exam. So yeah, be ready for that one when I get to it. God, this part should have been bad now that I think about it. But yeah, whatever. And anyways, as he would start be going now, Hazime would be wondering to himself what can happen next. But he's not the one who's picking in this situation. The teachers, after all, from what he learned, his school exam was going on in Midoriya's case. After all, he said that he cannot be meeting today. He wished he could have gotten his help. Maybe even his multiple quirks could have been handling Overhaul after all. But currently he's busy in his exam, so Hazime is not going to be bothering him. He will let him do the things. Plus, he also Midoriya's okay. Meanwhile, somewhere in UA, Midoriya and Bakugo are running away, with Midoriya saying, nope, not fighting that. Because he's currently facing all fucking might. And of course he is. Hazime would sigh, thinking to himself that getting someone like All Might in this situation would have helped. But some of the other heroes like Ryuko and the others did kind of help in this situation. So, immediately, the raid in the Yakuza hideout would begin. With the same heroes as in Kanet, minus Mirio and Dick, minus Midoriya, that's been replaced by Hazime. Yeah, so just let that imagination wildfire. And I guess minus Kirishima as well. Still, Fat Gum is being able to handle the muscle head. Is still in a great situation. And Tamaki is still managing to handle the other two as well. Yep, it kind of goes the same if you ask me. But it changes here, as he was just gonna go into it. Overhaul, having no time to experiment with his bullets, doesn't have the permanent bullets as well. So Overhaul finally arrives. As Hazumi arrives, Overhaul would then say, now. As all of his minions would fall down. As Overhaul would then say, let's begin our battle. As we then grab all of them before fusing them all into one Omega Might, or Omega Hall. Now, obviously we all know with Overhaul fusing with each of his presence or people, he becomes more and more stronger and a little bit more, how shall I put it, capable and stronger as well. So he decides to fuse himself together, forming this new, more powerful version of Overhaul, Omega Hall. Omega Hall is a more of a combination of everyone's quirk, as Overhaul takes his fist and makes it stronger, as he immediately starts running it. The ground and everything else also starts to break, as his fist would then go straight to punch Hazumi. Hazumi would try to block it, but he would get sent flying across the wall. Now that's what I like. Overhaul would immediately kick the ground before he would start emitting toxic scents. Oh, Hazumi would then feeling his head spin, realizing what is happening. It was another one of his members' quirk. As Overhaul's mouth would turn gaping, trying to eat into Hazumi. Hazumi would immediately draws it before a hair tries to stuck into his neck. Hazumi would immediately does this as well, realizing that this fight wasn't something he can easily win. Where the hell are the rest of them? And Hazumi would be ready to get a fist. Immediately, a seal would appear, saving his life. As a blast of wind would send Overhaul flying, with then showing it was Peko who did it, and the person that sent him was none other. Of course, now you saw up. Sorry, we're late. As he then hears the room of the top cracking, with Ryuko roaring into the sky, grabbing Overhaul before sending him flying. Hazumi would immediately start activating One for All. Remember, Hazumi doesn't have 100%, nor does he have Eri in this situation. So, if you may be asking how the hell is he gonna do it, well, let's see how he can. Hazumi immediately gets up and starts punching Overhaul with as much power as he can, fisting him into the face with as much power, slamming to the ground, trying to save as many civilians as possible while still leaving the casualty number down. Hazumi would immediately start kicking him as he feels his bones and muscles are breaking. Hazumi would grab Overhaul's head before slamming him, and Ryuko would then slam a claw and slam him down. Immediately he would then jump to the ground as he would immediately rush to Overhaul, immediately kicking him in the arm, breaking him before Overhaul grabs it and fixes it. Ryuko would then immediately form a bunch of seals which start throwing it into him. You know, if I knew this against when I fought at Midoriya Kid, I would have surely won. Yeah, keep telling yourself that. Immediately he would start punching him. Before Overhaul keeps getting up. How can we do this? As he hears a voice, momentum, and use my quirk as well. As Hazumi feels a jolt of power, immediately he starts Black Whip as he starts taking into more of a momentum position, running around, swinging and kicking Overhaul. Using this momentum, he gets charged up in his body. He would immediately scream out, Fajin Punch! As he wonders where the hell did that name come from. Before punching Overhaul, slamming him straight to the ground would spiral and cracks around it. Overhaul would not be knocked out yet, as Omega Hall, to be more precise, fuses himself, turning him into a more of a stone golem like. Hazumi would then say, God damn it, use my quirk. As Hazumi starts to float, and starts to fly, and starts to punch us. How is this possible? As all the Vestas inside of him would just be impressed. He's really powerful, if I do say myself, and a natural user of all of our quirks. If only he could use more. Hazumi would immediately then use Scream, as one of the users would then say, I didn't even allow him to. This man, he's smart. As we then grab the face and slam him to the ground. Omega Hall would then say, how many quirks do you have? As Miyu would then say, 1 million pounds. And Hazumi would then say, infinite pounds. As they both would defeat Overhaul in the end. Hazumi would then think that this was the most interesting day. Now this was interesting. It was, Mayo would then say, as Omega Hall would be defeated, in the end being detained and bringing in Eri to fix him. After that, he would be sent to Tartarus, with Makoto seeing him personally. So, I know someone who will take your quirk away from you, so you don't have to live with a burden. But if you want to create a quirk-like society, Makoto wouldn't pull out a bullet. Let's start with you. Wait, what? As Midoriya would walk in. No, not you! No!